Good morning, everybody. I don't really know how much I'm going to be filming this week, but I've kind of been imagining making a vlog of what it's like doing craft show season for a while now. And for those of you who may or may not know, I have my last one coming up very soon. It's on the weekend, this coming weekend, and I'm not ready for it, which is basically the story of my life. I feel like, especially at this time of year, it's particularly hard to keep up. For example, right now, if you can hear that sound running, I have my embroidery machine going for me. So I'm working on an order right now. I just finished another one, and in case any of you were wondering, it's a Tuesday morning at about 6:30 a.m. So my sewing business is unfortunately not my full-time job. There are a lot of different aspects to what I do with my sewing, and none of them are my full-time job. So I do work full-time Monday to Friday, you know, just a regular 9 to 5. I do work a job like that, and then on top of that, I also do all of my sewing stuff, my craft shows, and my custom orders and all that kind of thing. So last year, I kind of decided to take the season off. I didn't do any custom orders. I did lots and lots of craft shows, but I didn't do any orders. And this year, I was feeling pretty inspired. I had a really good summer. My Storm at Sea Quilt won first at the Brooklyn Fair, and then this fall it moved on to compete at its district, where it placed second. So I was feeling very good, feeling very inspired, feeling very motivated to keep going. So yeah, I was just feeling a little bit more into it than I was last year. Last year wasn't the best season for me. But anyway, I just, you know, a lot of people talk about like, oh, just sell your stuff online, then you don't have to do the craft shows and stuff like that. But for me, the craft shows are such a large part of feeling good about what I do. I really enjoy meeting the person and letting them tell me the story about why they're buying an item, or if they're doing a custom order. It just becomes so much more personal, and I really like that aspect of it. I like it when people online at a show tell me that they're purchasing something and sending it to a friend in another country or even another province. Like, it's so cool to think about, like, to try to imagine the person opening it or receiving it, especially the custom stuff as well. It just touches my heart. So yeah, so I'm preparing for craft show season. I'm trying to get all of my orders done before the second week of December so that people can have the third week of December to do all their pickups. It's very chaotic. So I have a couple of larger orders this season that I wasn't really expecting, so I've unfortunately had to turn down a lot of orders, and I keep getting emails. I even just got an email yesterday for an order for 3 more pillows, and I unfortunately am so running out of time. So in case you were all wondering how I do it, I pretty well decided a few months ago, probably around like August or September, and it's December now in case anyone was wondering, I decided that evenings do not work for sewing. There's a lot going on by the time I get home from work. Take care of this poochie here. You know, make dinner, unload the dishwasher, all that good stuff, wait for my boyfriend to come home. We usually don't have dinner until about like 7 or sometimes like 8, and then in the evenings I have other things going on. I try to go to the gym once or twice a week. I have some dance classes that I go to and stuff like that. I try to have some me time, and then by the time you like wind down, get ready for bed, you do it all again the next day. So really the best time for me to get some quiet time in and some sewing done, where, you know, my phone's not going off all the time and I don't have distractions, is before work. So I get up every morning at 6 and I start getting ready for work, like getting dressed and dealing with this crazy mess of hair and packing my lunch, usually around 7:45. And it's about 7:10 now, so I don't have very much time left, but for today I have one order to mail out, and I'm basically going to just wait for my embroidery machine to finish that up. I don't like to walk away from it. I know a lot of people just leave it running, but I really like to keep an eye on it in case anything happens. They're not as like touch and go as you think. They do require work. Like, I just feel like a lot of people think that you just turn it on and like press a button and it magically does your embroidery for you. That's not how it works at all. So I never like to leave it by itself. I sound like I'm talking about a child. But yeah, so tonight after work I won't have very much sewing time, so I'm trying to get some in today, and then I have 1, 2, 3 more nights before my craft show, in which one of them I'm working late and the other one will be packing my stuff and loading my car the night before the show. So I really only have 1 more night to restock, and most of the things that I need to restock are pillows, which are actually one of my favorite things to do, and also usually sell quite well because it's a good gift idea. So yeah, this is real life. This is what it looks like to have no sleep and drink copious amounts of coffee and have greasy hair, because washing your hair isn't really a priority when you've got sewing to do. And I always wish that I had like a little army of Cinderella's sewing mice that could like come in and like sew my stuff for me. But good morning, everyone. So I just wanted to do a little update. Not that I was talking about this in the first place, but I was kind of thinking about filming a tutorial for this, but part of me kind of felt like it was a little bit too, I don't know, like personal, I guess. So basically this is one of the larger custom orders I've been working on this season, and I have been working on it for a while. Basically I had someone contact me and ask if I was able to make quilts out of t-shirts or jerseys, and the answer is yes. Obviously, I just finished this. I just finished cutting off my last threads and all that good stuff. Basically the story behind it is that a man contacted me about creating a quilt from his son's hockey jerseys. He played hockey from the ages of 5 to 17 and is unfortunately no longer with us. So he's been holding on to these jerseys for the past 3 years, and he wants to present this to his wife for Christmas, which I think is just absolutely the most touching thing, and will be very, very special, and I'm sure she'll really appreciate it. Just ignore the stuff on my nightstand. It turned out to be quite large, so I did use every single jersey that he gave me. I fit each one in, and it's quite large. It fits pretty well a queen-sized bed, so I just have it sitting on top of my bed right now, just so that I could get it all flat to show you, so I've been having a hard time getting any pictures of it or anything. But basically my recommendations for making quilts from t-shirts or jerseys is to use interfacing, especially on thinner ones. Sorry, puppies over there dancing around. And also the ones that have larger like holes in the material, like this one here for example, I actually just sort of lined that piece when I initially cut it from the jersey itself. I lined it with just a piece of black quilting cotton, and then I actually sort of basted the edges of it together so that it wouldn't separate and move around while I was trying to sew the rows together. And then other than that, especially if you're doing something like this where you have really large pieces and then really tiny pieces, I just sort of like to lay them all out before you cut anything, and then you can kind of play around with the colors, because obviously you know, a lot of sports teams usually have a lot of like black, a lot of blue, that kind of thing. So take advantage of the ones that are really colorful, like the ones that are yellow or purple and stuff like that, and try to sort of spread them all out. Once I had the quilt top together, I just added just a little like 4-inch border or so there, and I hand bound the entire thing as well. Yeah, I think it turned out really well. And then I put this hockey print on the back, and I quilted everything on my domestic as well. So it's kind of neat actually to look at the backing because you can see what I've quilted around. Like I've quilted around all of the numbers from the jerseys and everything, because obviously it's you can't stitch through this rubbery plastic, so you have to be very careful about where you quilt things. So I quilted around the logos, so you can see that like I've stitched all the way around this, so that's kind of cool that you can see the imprint of that on the back, and then all of the numbers and everything I've quilted around them entirely. So I think that gives it a little bit of something. And then, just like I said, I just hand bound it in black because that's what I used for the border. And then there's a sleeve on the back of it as well, because I'm not sure, because of the size of it, I'm not sure if it's something that they might want to hang up eventually, or maybe something that they might want to set in like a living room or anything like that. But yeah, I just wanted to update you, and I feel very good that it's done, and that I will get it to him plenty of time before Christmas, and I know that he will appreciate it very much. Hey everyone, just wanted to add on to the vlog. I feel like every time that I was filming this week, I've been in my pajamas and it's been dark out, and update / plot twist, it's still dark out, except now it's nighttime. So I went to work today. Oh, here's my darling. Hi darling. My little girl. Anyway, so just thought that I would do a little vlog clip on what I'm doing now. As you can see from all of the boxes and crates and things that I've got, I'm getting ready to pack up my car for my craft show that's happening tomorrow. So yeah, this is not everything. This is just what I've brought up from the basement so far. There's quite a lot, but my front door area is also not very big, and it's not very good for this kind of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is get this in the car and then bring up the rest. Yeah, good times. Good morning. Today is, oh my goodness, today is Saturday. Today is the day of my last craft show of the season, and I just got up, and our setup starts at 8, but there's a few things that I need to finish sewing first, which is probably the story of my life. I'm really not feeling well though. My throat hurts a lot, and I got another email for some more orders last night, so yep, I'm going to have to unfortunately decline those because my timeline is running very tight. And I feel like the one thing that a lot of crafters might be able to relate to is the fact that you're making all of these things for your shows, and you're making all these things to give to people who are specifically requesting them, to give them as Christmas gifts to their friends and family. But you also, sometimes, maybe you don't want to, but in my case right now, there are a few things that I need to make for Christmas gifts. So I feel like your own personal things that you want to make often take like the back burner just for right now. But after this, I'm going to have so much time to sew for myself. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most right now. So yeah, we're gonna get ready so that you see more than just me looking like a bum every time I vlog. This is my Gucci. She's always licking her paws. Hmm? You want to say hello? You're always licking your paws. Christmas mug, cup of tea in the morning. Let's do this. And we're done! So I just recently got home from my very last craft show of 2017, and it's kind of funny because I left in the dark and now I'm back home and it's dark again. But that's just life doing craft shows, but it's a good time. I met some really amazing people today, and I just thought that I would share some of the things that I picked up, because everyone knows that one of the best things about doing craft shows is that you kind of get to do a little bit of shopping while you're there. So I'm just going to show you what I got. so this was actually given to me. I just wanted to include this in this video. It's a little plaque that has a bottle opener on it, and it has this little quote on it. I think that's so cute. Puppy's playing with her Kong over there. But yeah, this is just so beautiful, and this was given to me by one of my customers, which I think is so awesome that a lot of people do like swaps, or it's just kind of fun to trade your craft amongst yourself, you know? It's a really nice thing. So I'm excited to put this up. I think that's so cute, and I love it. I think it's just really amazing quality, and those would make really nice gifts too. The other whole point in me showing this to you is so that I can feature people's Facebook pages and stuff. So this company's Facebook is called Wood for the Soul, and 4 is like the number 4. And you can find him on Facebook, and I will, if I can remember, I'll link the Facebook page in the description bar down below. And then I also picked up this honey. Whenever I buy honey, I prefer to buy it from someone that I meet, or like a local place instead of at the grocery store. This cinnamon kind, and he let everyone have little samples and everything, so that's kind of nice. And then I also picked up some Scottish and British baked goods from a business called British Baked Goods, and they're from Simcoe, Ontario. That's their contact information there. And then it looks like they have a few different locations that they sell out of. I'm not sure if they're at all of these locations all the time, or if that's just more of like a seasonal pop-up market locations for Christmas and stuff. But they also had loads of gluten-free things too, which I think is amazing, because not very many places have gluten-free options. So yeah, I picked up some really lovely things from there, and I'm excited to try everything out. And that's pretty much all I got today. I am mostly done my Christmas shopping at this point, so I didn't have too much to pick up. And it was also very busy, which is obviously a really good thing for everyone, but it also means that I was limited in the amount of time that I could spend wandering around and chatting with other vendors and stuff like that. But it was a really good show. I'm exhausted. I have a few errands and things to get done tonight before my day tomorrow. But yeah, I had some people pick up their orders, and they loved them. So yep, it was all in all a really great day. Thanks so much to anyone who came out, if you did. And yeah, so we'll stay tuned.